opening comments, and we'll take the questions.
Well, I'd like to open again with thanking our fan base. I thought it was an electric atmosphere. Dog Walk was one of the best it's ever been. They carried us through some tough times. Thought we showed some grit tonight and responded. It's just like a boxing match when you got to be able to take the guy's best punch. And we knew they had a vertical passing game. We thought they had the best quarterback throwing the ball that we would face, along with the best combination of speed. But, our offense really played well. Sloppy at times defensively and sloppy at times offensively. And if we're going to be the team we need to be, we've got to remove those. And I thought that was probably the sloppiest game as far as organizationally and the things we got to do to be a great team. But I don't want to diminish what that offense just went out there and did, because they executed well, they ran the ball well, they threw and caught the ball well. Jake made good decisions. I thought they grew up from a passing standpoint. But defensively, we've got a lot of guys dinged up. I think we got 5 guys out that played a significant amount prior to this game, and we got to get better. We got to get better in the off week to get where we want to go.
696, Kirby, about 17 yards short of the school record. So there's a lot of offense. It looked like it really got a balance after the running game got going.
Yeah, at the running game, it was hard to run the ball in this league. I keep telling y'all, it's hard to run the ball in this league. And early, you got to earn it. You got to get the hard yards. You got to pound it, and you got to chop the wood. I mean, if you just keep chopping, it'll usually pay off in the fourth quarter, especially with the backs we got. But you're not going to walk out there and just have success running it in this league. It's hard to do it. You got to be able to throw and catch the ball, which we did better tonight, and we got to continue to improve on. But we got to defend the pass better.
Coach, Jake, in the first half especially, some really big third down conversions.
Yeah.
And you were talking about him growing up. What are you seeing from him at this point, 7 games in?
Seeing a little more confidence, making good decisions. He understands the game. He knows where to go with the ball. He sees coverage as well. He made a mistake, made a poor decision. But quarterbacks are going to make those, and hopefully he learns from it and continues to grow. But he's getting better as a player, and he's putting us in the right plays. And the guys caught the ball. That was the biggest difference. They threw and caught the ball when they had the opportunity.
Kirby, what do you know about Terry Godwin's injury? And do you have any indication of severity?
Yeah, he's got a rib injury. I think he'll be fine. I mean, he had to go check it to get it checked out and get it X-rayed, and I think he should be fine.
You mentioned 5 guys out, I guess, on defense. What's Marshall dealing with? I guess Marshall.
They both got injuries, undisclosed injuries. But hate it for them because they're both good players and could have helped us tonight.
Was there any intent to try to get the passing game more involved, or is that just how this game evolved early?
I think there's always intent. You want to be balanced, right? So the intent is to be balanced. To be balanced, you got to run and throw it. And we've had some games where we didn't have to do that. We've worked really hard on it in practices to get better at it. But I thought the kid did convert some third downs and make some good throws. And I mean, they lifted us up because there's 2 times we took big-time shots that the offense picked up the defense and showed some grit.
Well, you don't want to take anything away from Missouri in that passing game, but was there an element of you guys not doing what things right or the way you want to that resulted in those big plays?
I think there's always a little credit given to them and always a little blame given to us. I mean, at the end of the day, somebody's got responsibility, somebody's got coverage, and they got to do a good job. But give them credit. Their quarterback's got a big arm, and that kid's a fast receiver. I mean, if you take out 2 plays, you really don't play that bad a defense. It's 126 yards or something on 2 plays. That's almost half their offense. And we knew before the game, we said, don't give up big plays, and you got a chance. And we gave up two big plays. But you know what? We'll learn from that. We'll get better from that. And that defense needed a wake-up call. Need a wake-up call to go out and play better.
Coach, following up on that, how did that interception from Dominic Sanders kind of change the momentum there?
Yeah, I thought it was a big swing because they just hit us with a knockout blow, then we hit them with one, and then eventually we were going to need a stop. And somebody had to make a stop, and Dom made a big-time play on a ball down the middle, which he's very athletic, made a great acrobatic interception, and then returned it. And I thought that changed kind of the flow of the game for us, kind of broke serve, and we needed that.
Did it matter to you that he broke your record?
I'm certainly super happy. I was told he broke the yardage return record, which is pretty special too. It just tells you he's a hell of a lot better athlete than me because he ran for a lot more yards.
Kirby, can you speak to just getting Nico in space like they were not tonight, and what he can do when you get the ball like that?
Yeah, I think you guys got to see him, you know, with some speed, some burst, some get open, and really run, and he does a good job of that. You know, Miko's a very attentive player that is passionate about the game. I love the way he approaches each practice and the way he works, and I hope that gives him a little more confidence so he continues to grow.
You talked about pass protection after the thing was the Vanderbilt game, how you wanted to get better there, and there were, you know, one of the big keys to those third downs was Jake seemed to have a lot of time to throw it. Can you kind of speak to how well those guys did that tonight?
Yeah, they held up well in there and did a good job picking up some stunts. I thought the backs picked up a couple pressures that were good and threw and caught the ball. And, you know, Jake does a good job of moving and maneuvering in the pocket. I don't think people give him a lot of credit for stepping up when he needs to step up, sidestepping, and still keeping his eyes downfield, which is a good quality to have.
I think y'all had maybe three guys hurdle, or just two tonight, defenders? Was it Nick, Swift, and
Charlie, maybe.
So how's that working in practice?
That's instinct, I'll be honest with you. You know, those guys, that's instinct for them. I think when teams cut tackle, when they dive at your feet, sometimes that can happen more often, but did a good job of it. I'm more worried about securing the ball.
Kirby, you got a number of players offensively involved. Is this what you've always envisioned last year, or is this a product of off-season tweaking and changing of the offense?
You know, I mean, much is made about that, but I mean, ultimately, we want to be balanced. We want to be able to throw and catch the ball. We want to be able to use our wide-out strengths. You know, Riley made some big plays. Terry made big plays. Javon made plays. I mean, those guys, they make those plays in practice. They get the opportunity to. They stepped up tonight and made them. Certainly, we envision having a balanced, high-powered offense. That's what everybody wants. You know, and you got to be able to do that in this league. You got to be able to throw and catch the ball because the defenses are so good.
Coach, a couple weeks ago you had said that Rodrigo Blankenship hadn't gotten too many opportunities. Well, I mean, he had them tonight. I mean, what kind of confidence has he shown you, and how did that kind of build up after he had the opening kickoff that got turned and everything?
Well, I thought he did a good job responding. You know, he had another kickoff that wasn't so good after that, but then he got his rhythm back. He found his groove. He kicked a couple balls deep right. We changed things up for him, and then he got back grooving and started hitting them good. He's kicking field goals really consistently now. I think Rodrigo is a product of competition. You know, he's been in a really tough competition. He's had a lot of pressure on him, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself all offseason. And when you do that, it prepares you for real-life situations, which he's done well kicking the ball this year.
DeAndre showed his breakaway ability, didn't coach, a 71-yard run, had another 36-yarder call back. You know?
Yeah, DeAndre Swift continues to be a great change-up asset to our offense, catching the ball in the backfield, running the ball, and he's a hard worker. And yeah, I thought he did a better job tonight of picking up pressure on third down.
From an injury standpoint, from a fundamental standpoint, is there some excitement with you to have a bye week at this point, a chance to kind of hit the reset button and go into the second half?
Yeah, I'm excited to get back to practice because I want to go get better. I told them it's not off week, it's not bye week, it's work week, because we've got to clean some things up and get better if we're going to go where we're going to go. We certainly hit it at a good time. The one thing I've learned coaching in the SEC for as long as I have is that you go 7 straight weeks, you throw in App, Notre Dame, and the physicality that we play with and practice with, your teams need the off week. They need the bye week. And we're going to go to work. And we got to get better. We've got to get more players to play winning football on our team, and we've got to get healthy because we have some guys that need to help our team, and we got to get them back.
How do you like the way Jake's making decisions in his running in the inside the 10 for touchdowns?
Well, it's the decision to give it or keep it based on what the end does. So, I mean, he's making the right decision when it comes to that. I mean, it's a simple concept that sometimes defenses make hard, and they don't make the right decision, and he pulls the ball. So he understands the game, and those guys have blocked really well for him when he's pulled the ball.
There's 7-0 with a week off before Florida. Is this a position that a coach enjoys, or did it make you worry even more about keeping things going?
I'd be worried if we're 0-7. I mean, I'll be honest with you. My concern is on, can we get better? And, you know, the past doesn't determine the future. So our past success or wins will not determine what happens in the future. Only thing that will determine what we do in the future is how we work and how we prepare. And as long as these kids buy into that and they don't get tired of hearing that message and they don't start believing all your messages, then I think they'll be okay. But it's really important that they understand they're going to get everybody's best shot. You know, you watch college football and you see these teams. And whether they're prepared or not, the other team is, and everybody wants a piece of the top teams. So you got to be prepared and ready to execute at your highest level every week. And I didn't think we were tonight, especially not defensively, but offense picked us up.
What were you thinking on the two-point conversion late there?
I was thinking that when you look at a chart and if they score 3 to 4 times, they can get you. So we go statistically by the chart. It's a numbers game. And if they score a certain number of times, they can win the game. So ultimately, I'm trying to win the game.
Last question? Okay.
Yes.